Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Again, welcome to 56th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Today, we want to look at the market, what is happening locally at the same time, the global market. There's a way these two markets work together. You can't separate the local market from the international market. They are a way of influencing each other. But as we speak now, our market locally here has maintained a positive tempo. You can see that the bull dominance has continued for almost 16 trading days. But you can equally see today, this morning, market is already in green. Tell you that the buying interest and the positive sentiment is waxing strong on daily basis. And this is as a result of what investors saying that most of the corporate earnings and at the same time, beat expectation, and that is also a clue to where it should be looking at, especially as we have seen that inflation has pick up here in Nigeria. Also, all eyes are on the April inflation. But I'll tell you that the purchasing manager index that came to the market yesterday, released by Stanbic IPTC, it shows that the business environment or the private sector activities is still positive, and activities have increased because there's a movement from March position of 54.1 to 55.8 in April. It tells you that there's an improvement there, and this is also the first month of the second quarter, and we're already in May. We'll see that this also there's a kind of an insight or kind of a trigger what's likely to be at the end of the quarter. And this is also kind of giving a investor or market analyst an insight that if that trend is maintained in this month of May, we're likely to see also a positive earnings from most of the companies, knowing that most of them, what is driving their cash flow remain intact, because most of them were successfully able to increase their prices of their services and goods, and also able to pass some of their costs who expect in this month of in this quarter to their consumers. That will going to support the price of this the earnings of this company, and also the price of the company shares. These are what we are looking at. But you can't look away from what is happening in the international market. I will tell you that with the almost a record 2 digit or 50-point increase in rates in the US, and also that of Bank of England increasing for almost 25 point to make it around 1% interest. That is the highest since 2009. That is what is also causing those up and down movements we are seeing in this market, in this climate. For me, it's also a place for us to watch. Oil price has continued to remain strong despite the kind of a little jack up in terms of production by OPEC at the end of their meeting. I'll tell you that the embargo on importation of Russia oil will continue also to support this price on that. So despite what is happening in China, which I've said earlier, it's not impacting on oil. That's why most of the provinces there are on lockdown. See price of oil, so it tells you that this is a commodity price that is influencing nearly all the activities in production, manufacturing, flights, everything is being affected by this, and that is why the central bank of the world, they are not sleeping, which I always know, because they want to manage so that they can reduce if there will be recession. That's why it won't be much, and also to avoid the depression globally. These are the things. But I believe that back home here in Nigeria, I was seeing that the crude oil price remaining high or rising is also a plus for us. That's why the World Bank can easily forecast that we're likely to see a growth in our economic activities, and which the trend we're seeing also is likely to support, because the Q1 numbers from quoted companies is also positive, giving us a signal or an indicator that we're likely to see a positive Q1 number. If that happens, that will be a plus for us in the market. But as we speak now, because the Q1 number are already in the market, investors are already looking at what they can do with this Q1 number. That's why you see this kind of buy interest already going on in the market, seeing what we call sectorial and the portfolio rotation going on in the market. You can see that high demand in some stocks in the telecom companies, and also you can see that those are also facing those in agricultural sector, because these are the key sectors that are driving our our economic recovery or economic growth. You can see our sustained recovery in the economy, despite the it's not too strong, but that recovery, that trajectory that we're still going is a sign that we are going. That's why I see the reason point with the World Bank. Because on that note, if that is sustained, we're going to see a better earnings in the future. That is why you can see our market today, to speak now, is one of the best markets in Africa, and also like number 2 in the world, or even number 1. It tells you that there's something working for our market, because year to date our market has hit about 19.1, and also our market cap has gained almost 52.6% for year to date. It's a good sign, and this market is not relenting, because if you look at the chart you are even seeing our display, you can see it starts to sustain that green candlestick up. For me, it's a good one for the market, and that is why investors, you don't need to panic at all at this time, but rather take advantage of information in the market and let your stop loss guide you. Take away emotion in any of your investment decision and go with the right sector. Because I always say it in this class that we'll have some, we'll call them strong group stocks, that those stocks, they are strong for, for you to play defensive. And also there are some sectors, because of the nature of their product, the nature of their services, they are also stock they can use to play defensive in case anything happens in this pre-election year. But another thing, that pre-election year comes with two things. Yes, there will be uncertainty, fear will be there, but also if the political activities will commence earnestly from second half, they are likely to be also increase in liquidity in the system, and people will also find way to work the equity market. As we speak now, the smart money, which you can see what is happening in MTN. MTN is not retail investor like you and I. That decision, buying trade we are seeing MTN is to show that the PFAs, the smart money are already taking position. That's why we are seeing volume price is going up and the earnings of the company is going up. That will continue. Also, Airtel is also a company that we're expecting to release their award, to release their audited account for March ended year end for around the May 11th. That is next week here. If the results come, going to be also another plus for the market. And why Dangote markdown date for even the 20 naira dividend is around the end of the month, around May 28, 30. You can see that will say, I said this month of May, at the beginning of the month, that we expect a mid-term, but the market is likely also to play positive depending on how information flow. If at the end of the covenant PC meeting there's no adjustment, and I also are still watching, but I believe that from the second half of the year, because of the expected inflow from political activities, there might likely to be adjustment in rate. But if it's left unchanged, in the coming MPC meeting in this month of May, that would be nice for the market. But I'll tell you, because inflation is likely also to look up before the month of March, that will also continue to be a threat for the fixed income market. As I always say, that will also, don't forget that even also the federal government are bound to borrow money because of the deficit in budget, even the increase in budget. Also, they need to also manage cost because of what the high cost of servicing debt in Nigeria. That's why I see that the smart players in that space of fixed income, they're also coming to edge against inflation in some of the equities that have potential to protect their fund for them. And I will say that this secular flow of fund looking for one higher return, protection, what I call it safe haven, is going to continue the market until this pre-election year is off. Once we are done with the election by February next year, by God's grace, I see that market to take a go. But don't be carried away with the market direction. As I always emphasize, once you hit your target, take profit. Like today, Investdata, some position that we hit the target, we're saying, sir, that is our own position, because it is what we teach, we practice it at any time so that you can follow suit. Because after this class that you didn't follow what you are learning here, there's no need of you. But that's why, as we teach you to practice so that you follow what we are doing. We are not the type that say, no, follow what we say and not do what we do. We must say and also we must act it out so that you learn from us. That's why today there are some already sent signal that has gone out this morning for some of the positions that were hit our target. That is the way to be. Now, before we go to the technical aspect, which is the chart here, we want to look at the market news that are on ground now to speak. Honeywell, Honeywell Flower is meeting. Their board is meeting today to decide on adjustment in the management structure, in the board, and all those stuff today. And also this morning, Zenith Bank and the ETI notified the exchange of the insider dealing, which is normal. You know what it is. They want to inform you who is buying and what they are selling and what they are buying. It is normal. These are information. But as we speak now, the state of the market, I will tell you, the market is still very, very, very more positive, and it's a good sign. And today being the last trading day of the week after the holiday. We have 3 days. Like I said earlier, that we might not see in my write-up this morning that we might not see the kind of significant gain we recorded yesterday. There might be a little slowdown as people also take profit. But from next week being the first full trading week for the month, we might also see oscillation and also buying interest that next. But as for today, market is likely to clean in green, but we don't expect to see the kind of the significant gain market recorded yesterday or the previous day on Wednesday. But today we might see a moderation, a kind of a moderate gain. At the same time, market looking up at the final close of the day. But as we speak now, market is still in green. Market is gaining about 0.15%, which is good. The index trade at 50,913.11. And I'll tell you that the next strong resistance level that market will break to usher in another rally is 51,050.17. Once market break out this, I'm telling you, the market is going to tell you, market telling that another new rally. But if market pull back at this year, it is not say panic to you. But this pullback also tell you that market are adjusting for other people to enter some position after the profit taking. But if you continue the uptrend, but it must break out another strong resistance level of 51,050.17 before we can now declare an uptrend. As we speak, market is already trying to test the 51 mark today. If it tests it and pull back, fine. But it tells that market is very, very strong at this moment. As we speak, we're having a 26 gainers and we're having a 9 decliners or 9 losers. No, what I mean here, 20 stocks are gaining in price. Why just 9 stocks are the one on the losers? I can see that the bull rapid is still in the market. The buying interest is still very strong. As you see now, even those stocks that have suffered losses, can renew interest in them because of what the prospect they are seeing in the industry or the company where they operate. As we speak now, out of the 26 stocks that are the gainers, that the top 5 are Cabaton, Len Africa, and the International Brewery, Cadbury, and the University Press. These are the top gainers as we speak. We have other big names down there, but these are the top 5 as we speak, and that's why the market is in green. I'll tell you earlier, it's a good one for us. Then also, if you look at the losers chart, I said there are 9 losers on the other hand, and these 9 losers is led by Stanbic IBTC, followed by Ikeja Hotel, Chance, and the FBN Holding, and the last one there is Jahiz Bank. These are the top losers at this moment, at this hour. Then, like I always emphasize that there is strength in volume, and why is strength in volume? Because, like I always tell you, that if an aircraft is moving from the ground, there's always a force to weather. It is that volume is the force that push price. That's why in Investdata, when we're saying investing the number, it comes with numbers that emanating from the companies, numbers that emanating from the exchange, and bring them together, which will give you what we call derived numbers. All these numbers are what you look at to know exactly what is happening, because volume has a way of telling you what is happening in the stock. Whether that information is positive or negative, it will reflect on the volume of the company. As to speak now, the top trade in volume one is the what we call Codvi Business Solution is leading on that, followed by International Brewery, then followed by Transcorp, and the next one there is UBA and ETI. You can see that there's a renewed interest in International Brewery and also in ETI recently, and also you can see that also in Cabaton. This I tell you that, and also on Len Africa, market is changing. Yes, we know that the high cap price has moved the market to where it is, but also they are dragging some local stocks that also market is expecting a good thing from them up. For me, that's as an investor, you must have one of these high cap stocks to be one of the defensive stock in your portfolio, and those ones that will give you quick capital appreciation in terms of the low cap and medium cap stocks also should be in your portfolio. But for today now, as we speak, want to chart this following stock, want to chart what is happening in International Brewery, but I will not comment. I will only give you the chart to see. I look at what is happening in ETI. ETI, you can see what is happening in ETI, see what is happening in Len Africa, and also in Cabaton. These are very, very key. What also can we still hold our Cadbury? Cadbury is still on the rise. We are seeing also improvement in University Press, and now we're going to chart what is happening in Stanbic and FBN Holding. These are the stocks we want to look at their chart quickly, before our time run up. Let's quickly start from international brewery. Let's quickly just look at international brewery. But before that, we want to look at what is happening in the market. You can see, but just see it, said it with our mouth. But want to come to the chart to see what the chart is saying about the market. The chart is saying that the market is very, very strong. You can see the volume here. You can see that even at the market is on the uptrend. To say that this uptrend is supported by volume, you can see from here to here that the market, the volume is above the what average traded volume. You can see it from here. It's only for a few days is below the average traded volume. It tells you that something is happening in the market, and that tells you that when you see volume in the market, it tells you that the smart money are what at work, trying to push stock to a new price. And why do they do that? Because they see value. And that's why I said, as a trader investor, whenever you are charting, when you put your 50 days moving average and the market is above the price, that is what attracts any portfolio or smart money constitutional investor. They want to any stock that is above 50 days moving average is what catch their attention. And also, we want to bring out our indicators we use as usual in this class. One of them, is our T line. I will not play with it, but I would like to call the Bollinger Band up to date so that we can check what is band saying about the market. You can see, but I just when I come to explanation, let's also look at, let's go back to call our T line and others of our indicators for the class for today. MACD, money flow, and what, and our moving average exponential. We are working with 8 in this class. 8 has been our own one, and I will explain why we use 8 in this class. Yes, you can see that the chart is looking interesting, very, very sweet. You can see that your broker will tell you, yes, as I said, market correction profit taking is underway. You can see that the index action have remained on the top of what, on the upper polygon line above the T line. Says that this market is strong. The liquidity that is pushing the market, the sentiment, the buy interest, all are positive for the market as to speak now. This morning, you can see that relatively the volume is not too much, not too attractive. You can see it below it, but MACD is strong. You can see the histogram looking strong and going higher, and money flow is already above 95, which is good. That funds is being entered the market as we speak at this hour. On that, you don't need to panic. Market has broken away from this level. You can see here from here to here was the, I call it a consolidation level before it break out to this line. For me, it's a good one for the market. But before I go to international brewery, the first one there, let's look at 1 hour chart of the market. The 1 hour chart of the market is not looking too good. You can see a red sign here that says that profit taking has commenced already. The market, they are not showing on the day chart, but on the watch chart, some stocks market is profiting or taking, but still it's still above the C line. That means there's no cause for alarm. That's why I said don't let the market galloping to take away your reasoning, especially when you are using your stop loss, your entry and exit strategy. Let it be your guide. Let them be at your fingertips to know exactly what to do at the right time. Yes, MACD is positive, looking up. Money flow is just sliding down on the day chart. For me, the market is still strong, but profiting activities has commenced already. That also should guide you at this hour. Yes, quickly one. Let's look at the international brewery. What the chart is saying concerning that stuff, but I will not comment on it. Don't be offended, but I will just give you the chart so that we can look at it together and arrive at a conclusion. International brewery. What the application for this international brewery. Um, I forgot the symbol for international brewery. abbreviation, the symbol for international is not coming up here. Okay, so I would love to have look at the stock to see what is happening. But people want to look at what is happening in it. But before we finish, we need to get something that will also go back to it. ETI, look at what is happening in ETI. Right? ETI on the 1 hour chart, for me, you can see there's also a sign here that I thought almost at 13 naira this morning. You can see there's a little pull back here, little, you can see a very little small red here, but trading above the T line and on top of also, almost at the close of the upper Bollinger line. You can see that your MACD is positive and money flow is just looking down marginally. Let's look at the day chart for ETI. ETI day chart is also, yes, it tested 13 naira. I think it's doing a 1285 now. You can see it here, but still trading above the T line, and that is very good. MACD is still positive here, and money flow is still entering the stock. That means the possibility of rebounding to even close above that 13 naira is possible before the market close today. It's a good one. Don't forget that this is the resistance price 13 at 10 kobo. The breakout of this 13 naira will usher this stock another direction. Like I said yesterday, you can see it here. So most close at that once you break it out, that will usher and money flow is still looking up. We're seeing a bullish MACD in this regard. Then quickly look at what is happening in Carvaton. Carvaton is leading the gainer chart this morning. Let's look at what is happening in Carvaton. Let's look at what is happening in Carvaton. That will go a long way. Tell us this is a stock that have suffered losses all this while. Yes, on a day chart you can see that there's see the blue line crossing the go up here. I see a sign of here, see positive technicals here. But see this sign here, this candlestick we're seeing here is not too attractive as it has gone up before coming down here. Yes, still above the tree line. Marginally, my money flow is looking up, crossing 50 on a day chart. Good one for Carvaton. We're seeing a positive trend here. And also, if you go to 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart is not smiling at all. You can see this is not too good here. Red, this is what we call bearish engulfing. You can see this is a good card, but see touch up here before coming down, and you can see red here, good volume on the board, almost covering down, and money flow is looking down. On a day chart, the Carvaton is not looking well, but on a hour chart, it's not looking very good. But on a day chart, it's still very strong, as we are seeing. Then let's look at Learn Africa, quick one here. Learn Africa. Learn Africa. Look at what is happening in Learn Africa. Learn Africa will also see what is happening there. What to get the gist here, what is happening in Learn Africa. We are now going to go to see where the stock is taking us. So what's happening in Learn Africa. This Learn Africa on a 1 hour chart. I tell you, the stock is strong. You can see very strong. Money flow is still below 20 chart, but this movement, the MACD positive, and even at below 20, looking up, not looking down. There's a turn up already, but let's go to a day chart to see what is happening in Learn Africa. Learn Africa, you can see the point here above the T line. Good for me, it's okay. Volume MACD is positive, but you can see there's kind of it's going up, but you can see that front is leaving the stock. You need to be very careful. You can see looking down on a day chart. Let's have to watch this stock very carefully and see. For me, if you have hit your target, especially for those in buy and sell signal, you can almost hit that target. You can start taking profit. You can see the stock here because this missed momentum indicators is not too attractive for me. Both were seen on 1 hour, also repeating itself here on a day chart. That means we need to watch that stock very well, especially this Learn Africa. Let's quickly look at we still hold our position if we just rush out of it now. Need to know for Cabre Nigeria. Let's look at it. You can see that Cabre Nigeria, you can see trading outside the upper Bollinger Band. Say that this thing is strong. One for me, you can still wait, still very strong. But I'll look at the 15-minute chart to see what is happening. I can see good one, but quick one. Let me look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, let me look at 1 hour chart first. sorry, 1 hour chart. I see here, okay, 1 hour chart still positive. MACD is going up flat. No, let me look at the 15 minute chart to see if we can take our profit immediately. So this 15 minute chart, for me on 15 minute chart, yes, can still take profit, but I already seen a sign of profit here. MACD is already looking down. Yeah, you can see MACD is already there, but the histogram is looking down, and I see where it is now. We need to start taking profit. I said it earlier. You can see what on you can see money has entered the stock almost 100%. You can see whenever I touch this 100%, it always comes down. You can see it here, see it here, see it here, and that's where it is now. That they can start taking profit from this stock. As we speak, nothing stop you from taking profit from this stock. Then the next one there, want to look at what is happening in UPL. UPL is also match account. Don't like the way Learn Africa is match account. UPL is also match account. Let's look at what is happening in UPL. You can see what is happening in UPL here. UPL is okay. Let's take it to 1 hour chart. Yes, so that will become more interesting. I use that 15 minutes hour chart to know whether we should take our profit in Cabri. Yeah, this 1 hour chart in for this stock. As we speak now, I still see that yes, trading around above the T line marginally. More MACD is positive and bullish. And as we speak, though the same pattern we saw in Latin Africa, money flow is not looking up very well. You can see also below 20. But let's look at let's look at 1 day charts. Look at 1 day charts. 1 day chart, just 1 day chart is also equally not too. It's okay, because you can see it here above, the even above the Bollinger Band upper line and C line also you can see it here. And the MACD is still bullish. And money flow is just crossing 20 or flat here. Yeah, can still wait and watch, but really this is match account. Knowing that Then Africa and Honeywell and UPA, which is University Press, they are match account. You can still expect to see what will happen in them. That's what the most interesting one I want to look at. We saw the positive number of